Bhaja Govindam, verse 27. Remember the Lord, do good, and be in the company of the good. Geyaṁ Gītā nāma sahasraṁ Dhyeyaṁ śrīpati rūpamajasram Neyaṁ sajjana sange cittaṁ Deyaṁ dīnajanāya vittam. Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Govindam Bhaja Mudhamate. The Bhagavad Gītā should be sung, and the Sahasranāma, the 1,000 names of the Lord, should be chanted. Always the form of Lord Nārāyaṇā is to be meditated upon. The mind is to be led towards the company of the good. Wealth is to be distributed to the needy. Seek Govinda, O foolish mind. Let us listen to a story based on this verse. Once, sage Narada went to meet Lord Nārāyaṇā. Nārāyaṇā asked him, "Are you fine, Narada?" Narada responded, "I am fine and am travelling as usual to all the 3 worlds. With what thought do you travel?" "Lord, only yours. I keep chanting Nārāyaṇā, Nārāyaṇā. But Lord, I don't understand. What is the reward of chanting your name?" "Oh Narada, you do nāma, but you don't know its taste. Go and ask that crow sitting on the tree." Narada went to the crow and asked, "What is the reward of chanting the name of Nārāyaṇā?" Hearing this, the crow fell dead. Narada went to Nārāyaṇā and told, "I asked the crow, it immediately fell dead. Is this the reward?" To find the truth, one must use one's time well. Narada, go to the Brahmin's house. There, in a cage, is a beautiful parrot. It has green body and a red beak. Go and ask it. Narada went to the parrot and asked, "What is the reward of chanting the name of Nārāyaṇā?" Hearing this, the parrot immediately fell down dead. Narada went to Nārāyaṇā. "I asked the parrot, it immediately fell down and died. Is this the reward?" One must be determined until one knows the truth. Go to the Brahmin's house. A calf has been born only yesterday. Go and ask it. Narada went to the calf and asked, "What is the reward of chanting the name of Nārāyaṇā?" The calf raised its head, saw Narada and fell dead. Narada went to Nārāyaṇā again. "I will not leave until I learn the truth. O Lord, is this the reward?" Don't be in haste. Haste makes waste. Waste makes worry. So don't be in a hurry. Be patient. A son has been born to the king of this land just yesterday. The king is very happy. Go and ask the child the importance of the name of Lord Nārāyaṇā. Narada was now afraid. He thought, "If the child also dies, the soldiers will arrest me. I will also die. Is this the reward?" Don't be hasty, Narada. Go and ask the child. Narada went to the king. The child was brought on a golden plate. Narada asked the king, "Oh king, can I ask the child a question?" The king agreed. Narada asked, "What is the reward of chanting the name of Nārāyaṇā?" Hearing this, the child, the prince, started speaking. "Narada, is this all what you have learnt? You chant the Lord's name 24 hours, but you don't know its taste. First, I was a crow. You came and asked me, what is the reward of chanting Nārāyaṇā's name? Hearing that, my life got fulfilled. I gave up my life. Next, I was born as a parrot. Where is a crow and where is the parrot? A parrot is nourished in a cage. You again came and asked me the same question. Next, I was born as a calf. This is an even better life. Bharatiyas worship cows. I heard the Lord's name and died. And now I am born as a prince. Where is a crow, a parrot, calf, and where is a prince? By chanting God's name, we go to higher states. I have now become a prince. This is my fortune. This is the reward of chanting Narayana's name. King Rantideva was a great devotee of Lord Vishnu and saw Lord in everyone. He worshipped Lord Vishnu by helping and caring for all the people in his kingdom with great love. He was always ready to provide whatever was needed by his people and never showed any difference in his generosity between the poor and the rich. King Rantideva distributed his wealth that he had in plenty to the poor and needy, as he was never greedy for wealth. He showed pleasure in serving his people and thought it was a way to spread the blessings of Lord Vishnu. People lived happily and prosperously in his country. Then one day, the unseasonal rains and winds destroyed many crops, caused death of animals in his country, which led to a scarcity of food. The common man ran to seek help from their kind-hearted king. Without a second thought, Rantideva distributed his wealth and treasure to his people and prayed to Lord Vishnu to bless him with the strength to protect them. However, the condition became worse as days passed due to continuous failure of the crops, resulting in famine throughout the region. People starved without food and water and were homeless. This drought was a horrible disaster faced by the king, who himself did not have any food. Whenever he and his family had little food, they would first distribute them to the people who came in hungry. As time passed, the drought got more severe, and the king was left with nothing for his starving poor people. He felt very miserable, but had strong faith on Lord Vishnu and prayed to him with devotion. Though there never came a good time for his country and the famine continued. Rantideva starved for days long, yet meditated and prayed to Lord Vishnu. He became very weak with lack of food and was hardly able to move. On one fine day, unexpectedly, the king and his family were offered food by a stranger. As they saw the food, Rantideva and his family were delighted. Just as they were about to partake the food, a poor, hungry Brahmin came seeking for food. The king received him respectfully and offered a part of his food. The Brahmin ate happily, greatly pleased with the king's generosity. As soon as he left, when they were about to eat, there came a hungry beggar at their doorstep. Rantideva graciously offered the hungry beggar too part of their food, and the beggar happily departed. Soon there came a man with his dogs to seek food and told the king about starving for many days now. The king offered them the remaining food. The man and his dogs ate all the food and left satisfied. Rantideva was left only with water to drink. The king was about to drink the water to appease the hunger when a Chandala came. The king's throat was parched with thirst, but when he requested the king to offer him some water, the king, without any hesitation, gave him the water and prayed to the Lord to give him strength to feel the pain of others rather than wealth and power. As the man drank the water, his eyes sparkled brightly and was full of energy that made the king fulfilled and refreshed. Lo and behold, there appeared Lord Vishnu and all his attendants. Vishnu conveyed to the king that he was very pleased with his devotion and love to his people. He told that all his sufferings will end and he will be rendered with all wealth and riches only if he continue to worship him. Instead, Rantideva told that he had no desire to worldly pleasures, but rather was completely absorbed in Vishnu. Lord Vishnu blessed his devotee Rantideva, who attained moksha and became one of the great yogis involved in meditation. If we have faith, love and devotion, we can reach higher states in life. Hearing the name of Lord, the crow became a parrot, a calf and finally a prince. It got a human life. See the difference in the lives it got. If hearing the Lord's name has so much power, what about the power of uttering the Lord's name? Therefore, nāma, chanting Lord's name, has great power. Service to man is service to God. Serving the needy and giving charity to the one who needs the most pleases the Lord. Love all, serve all. One should be blessed to get an opportunity to help others by seeing the Lord in all. One who selflessly serves and helps others attains all the best in his or her life. The Bhagavad Gītā and other scriptures are given to us for the purification of our minds and the correction of our perception of life. Having given up lust, anger, greed, and delusion, the seeker sees in the self, he am I. We have the need for our inner development. Thus, The Bhagavad Gītā should not be only sung or recited, but must also be studied. It not only tells us what the goal is, but also tells us of the path or the means to it. Therefore, the Bhagavad Gītā gives us viveka or discriminative understanding. Lord's names should be chanted or recited. It can be the name of any god. Reciting of these names are very important because the devotion that accompanies it has a tremendous effect on the mind. It has a purifying effect on mind, while at the same time asserting our commitment to the ultimate truth, that is self-realization. May our intellect always be in the company of the wise or the good. There must be an attitude of charity in our life. Charity is not expressed merely in giving money. It is to be expressed by our whole being. We should be a charitable person in whatever we do. Even in our speech, we should use words and expressions in a charitable manner so that we do not hurt anybody when we are talking to them. It is not that we have to do great things in our life to be good people. Even little things go a long way if they are done in the spirit of charity, the spirit of giving, and the spirit of offering. Giving money is just one of the things we can do. Here, money stands for whatever wealth we have, which is not only monetary wealth, but wealth in terms of our time, our mind, our knowledge, and our compassion. We have all that wealth. Let us be always ready and prepared to give that, to share it with others. Thus, there should be a spirit of sharing in our life. This verse tells us beautifully how to do that. Our speech, our mind, our intellect, and our actions. Let all of these be focused upon the Lord, attaining whom is our ultimate goal. Now, a story for the students. There is a beautiful tale concerning two seas. In the Mediterranean basin is located the famous Dead Sea. Every school kid knows that the only water body, which in reality is not a sea, but ironically called so, is the Dead Sea. It is actually a lake. That explains the sea part of the Dead Sea. But why is it Dead Sea or the Killer Sea? Because there is absolutely no life in it, even though it is 67 kilometers long, 18 kilometers wide at its widest point, and 1237 feet deep. It is one of the saltiest bodies of the water on earth, almost 9 times saltier than normal ocean. It is this high density of salt which never allows even the slightest hint of marine flora or fauna to survive and flourish. But why is this lake so salty? Quite simple. It never flows out. It receives water from River Jordan but keeps it all to itself. It is so below the mean sea level that there is no outlet. Some amount of water, of course, gets evaporated, leaving the salts behind, and in the process creates the dead, most uninhabitable environment. To the north of this Dead Sea is the Sea of Galilee, and it is only 13 miles by 8 miles, pretty small in comparison. But do you know its treasures? It is rich and the most exotic flora and fauna. They say it is home to at least 20 different types of fish. In fact, this sea has supported the lives of many for over 2 millennia because of the flourishing fisheries in this region and the good harvest of crops in the lands surrounding its water. Now, why is this sea, though very tiny compared to the huge Dead Sea, so alive? A simple secret. It shares its waters. The same River Jordan flows into this sea too, but the Sea of Galilee allows its water to flow out. And this is precisely what makes it so healthy, vibrant, and brimming with life. When we share, we become rich. Who have understood this math have enriched their lives superbly. If we are fortunate to be blessed with either wealth, knowledge, love, respect, or any other gift from God, and we don't learn to share it, all these gifts given to us will evaporate. It is said that when anything is just stored and not shared or flowing, it will stagnate. To receive more grace, we need to learn to share. Only when the cup starts getting empty, more fresh water can be poured into it. Let's learn the art of giving. Students should develop the habit of daily thanking God and be grateful for everything they are blessed with. Daily routine of just a few minutes of prayers should be cultivated from young. Good company is very important since childhood. It is an impressionable age and right company is very critical. Children should develop the habit of sharing and caring. All these qualities will help them later in their lives to attain both material and spiritual goals. Jai Sai Ram.